lot of talk recently in GIS about digital twins.
Digital twins? What's that?
Hey bro. Digital twin is a virtual representation of the real world.
In geographical information systems, we've been doing this for quite some time. Well, before the term digital twins was coined. We're using software to represent something in the natural world or built environment, bringing together data and information to create context. For example, through creation of orthophotos, or multispectral orthomosaics, or digital surface models.
Okay, so it's just a different name for something that we've been using for a while.
Yeah, but there's more emphasis now
On digital twins, in part because of the technical revolution, for three main reasons. 1. Generating representations of the real world is much more accessible now in terms of computational power, such as cloud computing. 2. Because of enormous gains in data precision through
processes and methods like structure from motion to make 3D objects and 3D buildings from cameras means that now we have high precision,
which has opened up many new applications and uses. And thirdly, because of an increase in the desire for visualizations.
Well, why would you want that?
Well, there's many applications. So in GIS, we've been using digital twins for quite a long time.
For performing analysis or modelling to create new learning and use that learning to make decisions in the real world. The way we have been capturing data has made giant leaps through the use of drones, and also the way we visualise data and analysis in the context of digital twins. We can now visualise landscapes in ways not previously possible through high precision 3D data, immersive environments or virtual realities. We can perform analysis on these scenes or models such as hydrological modelling, simulations, or make measurements on assets. For example, I've been working with in-view assets to understand their workflow in terms of data capture from drones and how they provide imagery data to surveyors to identify sites for inspection to improve efficiencies in the sector.
So you can make your measurements, you can do your simulations without having to go to that site, or you can test out different scenarios. And comes back to geography, comes back to the processes. You need to think about the scale of the processes, the time,
the temporal frequency of digital twins. This will mean different things to different sectors and in different applications. Allow me to explain this with a couple of examples. Here we have a scene of the Nuts Glacier in the Himalaya. This is imagery overlaying on a digital terrain model. And as a GIS professional, you might have created this model, you might have captured some of the imagery, you might be doing some analysis with some satellite imagery, all to understand the glacier, the environment, and in the context of the Himalaya region. Now this can be thought of as more of a sort of static, relatively high detailed digital twin. There's a time element where maybe these imagery and the data will be updated periodically, depending on how you want to understand that glacier. But time frames of seasons or years to decades, for example. Okay, and the second example, I have created a digital twin, if you like, of Exeter. Again, a view just looking at some of the buildings. This is using OS buildings open data, and we get an idea of the landscape. We get a nice visualization, but maybe your analysis goes beyond that sort of static image, and you wanted to include some real-time data. So I've included some real-time traffic data, and if we zoom out of Exeter a little bit, you can kind of see the current hotspots. This is 5 o'clock on a Wednesday afternoon. You can see areas to avoid and a couple of construction work. And this data set is being fed in from the Living Atlas, or Esri's Living Atlas, and is a real-time digital twin. And again, this is a national data set, so I can go anywhere in the UK and make observations and measurements. Let's go to the capital. Oh, it's raining here. And within this scene, you can play around with the weather, and you can change some of the settings and the time of the day, just to give it that more of a a realistic kind of feel to your digital twin. But the idea of adding in the traffic data there just gives you that idea, context of timing, real-time response. And moving beyond that, there might be a need to do further analysis and to create that new learning and using that learning to make a decision and to respond. Maybe you're doing that as the data evolves in real time, taking action to resolve situations, spotting patterns and trends, or maybe this is done semi-autonomously and you're using latest emerging techniques like artificial intelligence to create a response.
So it's like a really fast-growing sector, which is why I think more and more people are talking about digital twins.
Love it. Good, bro.
Good, bro.